What was that one thing you tried out due to fear of missing out? FOMO. I went to Easter Island. I was already in Santiago for work when I learned that it was the only place that sent flights there. I figured it was as close as I'd ever be. And I didn't know if or when I'd ever revisit Santiago. So I took the leap and did it. Totally worth it. Ate 10 ants to join my brother's club in first grade. Said I could only join if I ate 10 ants. So I did. And then he disbanded the club. I joined my friends in auditioning for the musical in senior year of high school because I just happened to be friends with a lot of theater kids. Ended up with a supporting role including a duet and a decent amount of lines. I still consider it one of the best decisions I ever made. It was a crazy amount of fun. Zip lines. I have a fear of heights, so I was very nervous about going on them in North Carolina with my friends. They were so supportive though, talking about how it's okay. You don't have to go, we understand. Or, of course you don't have to. I just think you would actually enjoy it. It was because they were so nice about it I really didn't want to disappoint them. I had an absolute blast on them, by the way. So much fun after the first 5 seconds of terror on the first line, haha. One of those muddy races. Got a skin infection and sun poisoning. Paragliding in Interlaken. I still have a fear of heights. But all my friends were doing it, so I just had to join. Donuts from a hipster bakery. Worth it. For my 30th birthday I tried 30 new things. The list included a pedicure and manicure, fancy Starbucks drink, driving a red Porsche, gambling at the casino. It was a crazy fun day, but I learned that I have a great life without all that stuff. When I was on my honeymoon on an Alaskan cruise, my wife really wanted to try ziplining. Unfortunately, my weight was a little bit above what their suggested max weight is for safety. So instead of staying in town or just hanging out, I went on a walk. I saw a tiny river coming down from the mountain and I decided I wanted to go see that river. I thought to myself that if I don't do this now, there will never be another chance in my life I've ever seen this. So I walked through the town, walked through the forest, and up the mountain and found that river. It was such a life-altering moment, sitting there and breathing in the idea that I just went and found a river in the middle of nowhere. The entire world looked like a painting. When I realized what time it was, I started to walk back and ended up getting lost on the mountain. I ran into a hiker by chance and he guided me back down the mountain. I tried to find my way back down from where he left me, and met another person who let me into his house and showed me the way through town, even giving me a coffee to go from his own coffee pot. I walked back into town feeling physically exhausted after walking for about 4 or 5 hours. And it was probably one of the most beautiful things I have ever done. At the time I was doing a journalistic webcomic about my life and I ended up trying watercolor for the first time in my life to color this story. Because I felt since I tried something so out of my norm and wheelhouse by venturing up into a mountain, I might as well try doing art in a different fashion too. This might not make the greatest hits of this thread, but it absolutely changed my life. Not taking a single day off from work. Smoking. I guess I got curious. First time I hated it. After a few more, I started to like it. So I decided to throw the rest away before it was too late. I have a physical copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It's fun. And I didn't grow up with these games. So playing them for the first time was a neat experience. I just don't know if I needed to actually buy it. Bought a $20 raffle ticket for a much hyped-up chance to win $5,000. Turns out the raffle promoters were scammers and everyone lost their money. Gambling. I lost $70 and had a lot of fun. Not sure I want to lose $70 anytime again soon though. Pretty much every sports bet I've ever made. When you see something like England to score 10 goals against Gibraltar, the idea of them scoring 10 and you not placing the bet is substantially worse than the idea of you placing the bet and them not scoring 10. The trick is just not to look in the first place. Skateboarding. I have some friends who know how to skate try to teach me, but I just wasn't good at it. Too bad because I think skateboarding is really fucking cool. Anything with stocks. FOMO will kill you. About 25 years ago I believed every chain letter that appeared in my inbox, and religiously sent them along to all my contacts. In my defense, I was a kid. But still, there's probably a lot of people from that time that have me blocked for this very reason. Became a music producer for film and TV at 41 years old. Played music with bands growing up. Became high school media arts teacher and got to practice my skills almost daily. Realized I wanted to see if I was good enough to make something out of it all. Busted my ass learning as much as I could about the business. Fast forward 15 months now, partnered with 4 libraries from Toronto to California. Collaborated with musicians from 3 different continents. Written and produced over 100 songs for film and TV. Kinda cool trajectory for a year and a half. Fear of missing out can easily be replaced with someone's gonna do it. Why not me? When I was a kid, the cool older neighbor kids, also young kids, told me to eat grass. I of course didn't want to. So they told me they all did and I would be cool if I did. So I picked a big handful and ate it while everyone laughed at me. Afterwards it came out that none of them had, in fact, ate any grass at all. And, as it turns out, none of us knew what would happen if one were to eat grass. So I ran home where my old man was in the backyard spraying something with a garden hose or some shit. I said, "Hey Dad, what would happen if somebody ate a big handful of grass?" Quote. He replied, absolutely deadpan, "Tell me you didn't eat grass." I said, "Well no, but somebody else did and I was just." He said, "Gristle. Tell me you didn't eat grass." Tears started welling up and I said, "Well, I was running real fast and I fell, and when I fell my mouth landed on a clump of grass and my mouth closed on it and I accidentally swallowed a whole bunch of it and, am I gonna die?" Quote. He said, "Probably. But go in and drink as much water as you can stand and then I will take you to the hospital." I ran inside and drank as much water as I could and rushed out to the van where the old man was waving me into the open door. We flew out of the neighborhood, screaming towards the hospital while I cried in the back seat. Finally, we got to the liquor store down the street from the hospital where the old man said, "Nah, I'm just messing with you. You'll be fine." And he went in and bought beer and we drove home.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.